One man who's been taking on dog lovers, and he seems to be very angry about dog lovers amidst this polarizing fight over the stray dog problem in India, is filmmaker Ram Gopal Varma, for all reasons. If you're not on social media, you probably have missed his daily rants against dog lovers. Well, he joined me a short while ago, and I asked him some questions. And amidst this big national debate over the stray dog problem that India has, amidst the very polarizing fight over the Supreme Court's order to clear stray dogs and the many decisions that have been taken by courts in different parts of the country, it has sparked an angry sort of clash between those who want the stray dogs to be removed and animal lovers and dog lovers who believe that this is a terribly cruel decision that has taken place. In the middle of all of that, one person who has been going after dog lovers, who has been calling out hypocrisy or what he sees as their hypocrisy, is none other than one of India's best known filmmakers, Ram Gopal Varma. If you go to his social media today, you will see post after post posting videos of dog attacks on children, dog attacks on people, and calling out what he says is the double standards of the animal lovers and the dog lovers. Ramu sir, good evening. Thank you very much for speaking to us here on NDTV. What is on your mind, sir? Why are you so angry with dog lovers?
See, the fundamental issue here is, there's no problem in anyone loving dogs or cats or any other animal for that matter. So here we're looking at an existing problem which you cannot, ignore. You cannot take your eyes away from that. So the dog lovers typically will be the people who are the rich, or at least have very secure homes, and they're living and they can cuddle their dogs and whatever they want to. Nobody's saying no to that. We are talking about street dogs, which is a completely separate category. So where there's no one to control them and no one to take care. So now how to take care of them or whatever, that's a separate thing. But the urgency of the situation is what the poor people or people on the streets are working are going through. So many videos you see, and you already have the statistics of how many dogs are there, how much of rabies vaccine is being used, and how many bites hospitals are reporting. Taking all that evidence into consideration, the first thing as a human being, your responsibility to other human beings. Only then something else will happen. Once you are secure as children, especially talking about children, because they're like short, they're small, and they will be easy prey for dogs. So to say that the dogs are hungry and all dogs don't do, but the point is the overwhelming evidence, which is what I was tweeting about.
But you know, when one looks at your social media, Ramu sir, you will be accused of having an agenda. People will say you have some agenda against dog lovers. You are constantly attacking them personally. You are getting personal. That's what you will be accused of. That's what I'm saying.
That's okay. First of all, accusation has to have some kind of a validity. They should say about what I'm tweeting. They should say I'm talking about the truth. I'm putting videos of the dogs attacking children. So many videos. It's not like one or two or whatever I could lay my hands on, I did it. And instead of talking about that, how that can be sorted out and solved, just accusing me, how does that make a difference? How can that be valid? So even if you see some of the videos where they were trying to protest against it, they're all having fun. They're having these domestic dogs which are well fed, and they're carrying and having music and all that. What is that a protest? Is that the way one will protest about you feel about cruelty towards animals and all that? They're just having fun. Whereas the children are getting killed, they are not having fun. They're actually paying with their life.
Do you support the Supreme Court's order then, Ramu sir, where they've asked the Delhi government, they've given them 8 weeks to round up all street dogs and move them to shelters? There are many problems with that order. Many people see it as almost like a death sentence for those dogs, because nobody can explain where those dogs will be placed. Do you support that kind of action?
The point is, I wouldn't know the logistics of how the orders can be implemented in terms of relocation. I think is a very easily used word. Where do you relocate them? Do you build shelters? And supposedly the population of dogs is about 7 to 8 crores right now, which I think is the estimate is way below the reality. How is it possible to do that? And what do you do? And you're putting all of them together. There's going to be some aspect of maybe the disease and who feeds them and what kind of money is required to run places like that. That is one chapter. And now the whole process of this sterilization, which is we've been hearing for the last so many years and maybe decades, that doesn't. But the point is that's a long-term thing. What to do with the dogs to relocate or whatever. But the short-term thing has to be addressed, which is the bites and the deaths and the rabies infections. See, like in any kind of a problem, you first have to take the decision on what is the current problem. Just yesterday, I saw this one video of a girl in Hyderabad, little girl. She's talking about she's so scared to walk in, to go to school, and all these dogs are constantly watching. And how can parents keep a watch? Who's got the see? Poor people are not rich that they'll send a driver or a security guy or someone to do with that. So the dog lovers are talking about a separate aspect, and the stray dogs are a completely separate aspect. When they are not in that situation where their children are not being left on the roads, how can they talk about the people have no choice but to be in that situation? So the ground reality is what I was talking about. Yeah.
No, so because many of your social media posts, Ramu sir, are attacking the dog lovers because you say that they are hypocrites. They do not face the danger
that's
of
what I'm
those
saying.
dogs
See, the
because
point is
they are
why
safely in their houses. They don't face the danger of these stray dogs that people who live on the streets, etc., actually face.
Correct.
That's something you've called out.
Correct. So the point is who's supposed to take care of this aspect when it was supposed to be addressed. See, so many things the government is supposed to do, it doesn't do, and the gravity of what will happen once that is not taken care of is what I think the nearest, at least the Supreme Court said, relocate that. Maybe that is a solution. How practical it is, I don't know the nitty-gritties of that. How practically it can be done. Now, if then the next problem is immediately what is this? At least the exercise of it can be a short-term thing of removing them from harm's way, where the children are getting harmed. At least that much it will solve. So the second step will be what to do with the dogs. To create shelters for them, to ask the dog lovers to adapt them. And maybe if they have one hybrid dog, maybe they can also take 10 stray dogs as a side, because the whole point is to cruelty towards animals. Why don't they do that? Why do they always want very hybrid dogs and not mongrels or street dogs? So the two are separate things is what they need to understand.
But do you accept
a dog which is secure and someone is taking care of obviously will not be in the same zone of what we are talking about. So when they are saying they love dogs, then they should go to that extent, no? I mean, they go to the other side also. Yeah.
But would you accept, Ramu sir, that this entire crisis, this crisis of this huge population of stray dogs, rabies, 5.7 million dog bites a year, it is a human-made problem? Because this has become a very polarized, bitter kind of fight between two sides over people who say that people like Ram Gopal Varma are dog haters. They hate dogs. That's why they are being like this.
Why would anybody hate dogs? I mean, see, just
because I was looking at some of the replies to some of your posts.
Why would anyone hate dogs? I don't understand. Why would anyone hate any animal for that matter? Only when it poses a threat. Poses a threat to either you or your loved ones. See, you don't hate mosquitoes. Mosquitoes create disease. You don't hate coronavirus. It kills people. So, or anything for that matter. There's a man-eating tiger. You kill it because it is killing men. So the dogs are doing that. So that is what that address should be about. It's not about why will I or anybody be a dog hater for I mean, the wildest statue.
Have you ever been bitten by a dog? I was looking at the replies to many of your posts. Have you ever been threatened by stray dogs? Some people say रामू सर का कोई हिस्ट्री होगा इसलिए इतना नफरत आता है सोशल मीडिया पर. People say that there is a history here, you have an agenda.
See, that's the point. You see, but I'm giving examples and I'm posting videos, I'm explaining the whole cause, And after that, they'll say, I've been bitten by a dog, and say, I've got a personal vendetta, my badla lunga kutto se, or some filmy dialogue like that. That's ridiculous. See, they have to answer the things and the questions I'm posing. That is how the debate should be. And they completely ignore that and they talk about me hating dogs. What kind of a logic is that? Yeah.
Okay, final question then. What would you say to, people who are attacking you right now? Those who are saying that Ram Gopal Varma calls us hypocrites, but we only want to, save animals. I'm also an animal lover, I believe that. But they say that, someone as influential as you should not be, appear to be so anti-dog in your posts. What would you say to them? In a reasonable way. Sir, social media pe sab ladte hain. Social media mein people lose the meaning of what is being said. Sometimes, I'm sure you face that all the time. But as an influential person who people listen to, what would you say to them?
My point is, it is there for them to see. I am not claiming, I am not trying to put a conspiracy theory, I am not citing false figures. This is all figures from government agencies of hospitals. And there are videos, CCTV camera captured videos of dog attacks all over happening. How can you ignore that? That should be the main thing which should be discussed. It's not about the cruelty to animals. Yes, they might have like what you said just now, it can be a problem which is built all over. But how does just justify children being attacked and bitten and killed? So in any problem and you're tackling, common sense is that you have to tackle the immediate effect, which is to save the children or anybody being bitten by dogs. I think that is a priority number one. Anything else you should discuss only after that. It can't be before.
Yeah.
That's my point. Yeah.
Okay. Ramu sir, Ram Gopal Varma, thank you very much for your time. As always here on NDTV, we believe that it needs to be acknowledged that there is a problem. India is the rabies capital of the world.
That's it. You said
India
that right.
has by far the largest number of dog bites.
If they just say one line, children are not being killed, and if they say one line that dogs are not biting at such a large number and rabies infections, then I will shut up. Let them just say, one of them just say that. That's a lie.
Okay, I'm sure they will hear you and I'm sure they will react to what you're saying to us here on NDTV, Ramu sir. But we'll leave it there for the moment. What I can say is that on NDTV, we believe and we want a humane solution. We want an acceptable solution that does not divide us so deeply, because this is, like I said, the numbers are scary and this is something that needs, consensus and a national solution. It is going to make people angry, but we believe that this is humanity. This is not the fault of the dogs. This is, and I repeat once again, a problem that has been compounded because of omission and commission by humans. It's as simple as that. Ram Gopal Varma, thanks as always.
Yeah, in that kind of a case, and whenever the next time the dog kills a child, you should go and blame humans. Which humans? That is just theory. It doesn't get in practice. Yeah.
Okay. We can go back and forth, but I hear you. Thank you very much, Ramu sir, for speaking to NDTV. Thank you.